should be connecting in just a second. And we're live. All right. There we go. We're getting this stuff started. All right. So, hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Grown But Childish. I am your host, Mr. Childish Trey. Today, we are featuring Mr. Kodi Marcel. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
Kodi Marcel from Chicago, Illinois. Writer, director, producer, relationship. I would say some would say guru, but I would say more of a opinionated or advice, I guess. So I'm all the around. Movie reviewer, food reviewer. Um, just a little bit in everything, man.
Okay, I like it. I can work with it. So since you do food reviews, what's your favorite food?
Soul
And do you
food.
cook it yourself? Do you cook it yourself?
Yeah.
Okay,
Of
all right.
course, I'm a big soul food guy. I love the sides, the meat, the greens, the collard greens. The cornbread, the sweet potatoes, the baked macaroni. Man, I can name them all, man.
I'm dead.
Ribs, baked chicken, fried chicken,
Woo!
steak with it, man. It's whatever, man.
You better cut it out for your DMs get blown up.
Hey, they really have in the past couple months. Older women too.
Man, I bet. I told this one lady, all I know how to make is cereal. And I told this one lady, yeah, I cook dinner for you. I cook some dinner for you. She like, oh, for real? You about to get cuffed? I was like, that's something to take. I was scared.
Yeah, man. Hey, they say, man, wait till a man hard through the stomach, man.
Man, but I'm saying this for her. I'm trying to get her. She was down for it. She's like, if you can cook, you got me. I'm in your house.
Yeah, a woman always love a man that can cook. I get him a lot.
I see that now. I see that. I see that's the new flex. Um,
Yeah.
I actually learned something though. See, what I like to do now is instead of just instead of cooking or whatever the niche is, me, I like to do a little something funny. 'Cause I'm really goofy, so I'll get to
Mm-hmm.
a woman and see what they like or whatever the case may be. And what
Right.
I'll do is like I won't get their direct address or anything like that. I'll get something that's like in their proximity, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I'll end up sending them an Amazon package. And it'll be something
Right.
just like really cheap or just something like really, nice and just we've been talking for a while, send that and that gets them because they love Amazon packages. It don't even matter what's in it, it just want
Yeah.
they just want
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
man, I understand all types of things. They don't even need. I'm just sending it.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. I get it a lot. Women love seafood and Alfredo, man. For some reason, man. Those have been the two topics that, for the last couple of years, for some reason, every woman, majority of women that I know or talked to in the past, they love Alfredo or seafood or both.
Or both. Or both. Chicken Alfredo pasta. I rarely met women who like the red sauce pasta or medium marinara pasta,
Hmm.
whatever the case may be. It's always the chicken Alfredo, which I mean it goes bomb. But
Chicken, shrimp.
yeah, with some shrimp or chicken Alfredo and broccoli with a little bit
Hmm.
of carrots or something. See, I know how to do a little bit. I know how to do a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. But like I said, I know how to cook. I cook my A off. But for some reason, I know how to make Alfredo, but I just don't. The smell is just I just can't eat it for some reason.
Hey,
I can't.
it does have it has like kind of a garlicky smell, not
Yep.
like not like I guess Alfredo smell, I suppose. But in any case,
Yeah.
so in your introduction, you said you're from Chicago or you're in Chicago right now?
I'm in Chicago, from Chicago, West Side, born and raised. Been here. I've
So
been here since '87. Well, literally since I was born in '87. We moved to Minnesota for 2 years. I lived in Indiana, lived in Milwaukee. None of them was more than probably 2 or 3 years, but mostly Chicago, born and raised. I didn't know anything about out south to 2005. To be honestly, I was out west every day, all day throughout the years of my teens and everything.
So I'm actually planning a trip to come out there to Chicago. What would you recommend doing for? I want to go to Navy Pier. I'm saying that first. I'm going to Navy
Um,
Pier.
Navy Pier is cool, but the prices, it's the Chicago.
Right,
It's
right.
downtown. The price is kind of up there, but Navy Pier is a very enjoyable place. I see people go there a lot, especially during the nighttime when they get on the little cruises. Very very kind of romantic, but still somewhere where you want to enjoy yourself with friends. Spirit of Chicago and everything downtown. Just the whole just scenery is just amazing, man. It's just really amazing. Couple of suburbs, probably Schaumburg, Rosemont is another place that have good restaurants, good vibes, stuff like that, man. So, but downtown Chicago majority, and you're gonna love it, man. You're gonna love it.
I'm excited. I'm so excited to go because I've been there once. I actually have family from
Hmm.
Champaign. I have family out there, so I've been there once to Chicago, and I
Hmm.
always want to go to the Technology Museum right off the river or whatever. It's
You talking about you ain't talking about the shit. You talking about the museum? Yes, a couple museums. I be forgetting which ones. They do these little exhibits and every now and then. So.
I don't know. We had a family reunion, and that's what the first thing I saw. I love going to museums for some reason. I'm
Yeah,
just
that's a lot of museums. A lot of museums downtown. Stores going south. A lot of museums down there. Got the shed. You got Soldier Field. You got it's just a good vibe, man. You really would enjoy it.
definitely is. So we got a couple of topics for you, man, because I just wanted to get your advice. Another dude's perspective. I've been getting beat up by
Hmm.
women all the time about their side. So let's just get another man's perspective. Make sure I'm doing
Absolutely,
things right. All right.
absolutely.
Uh, so in your professional opinion as a man, right? Why do you believe most women, I would say, in my opinion, most women don't make the first move, or do you think they make the first move, and I'm just not there?
No, that's a good question, but I will tell you this: a lot of women don't make the first move because they feel like some got that old, saying of, guys supposed to pursue me and, chase me and stuff like that. But in my days, it was always the man approaching a woman. Some women, I haven't met no woman. They say it, but I haven't met no woman that approach men. I just don't. I just think they scared to approach some men. You don't know what he. I don't know what he is. I don't know if he capable of doing this. But some women just have a problem with approaching the right kind of men. Maybe they feel a little intimidated because hey, maybe they just not where they at in life. I get it. I get it. But
Right,
my personal opinion is that I honestly feel like it's okay for some women to pursue men. Some women pursue men, but it's just a lot of different opinions about that, man. It really is.
yeah. Honestly, ever since I heard the topic, right, I was like, I've been approached a couple of times, and normally I just take it as oh, I'm the ish, or she really feeling me or whatever, uh,
Hmm.
things like that. But I think in all actuality, I like to make the first move. Honestly, I would rather me come to you versus I just me personally, I would know what to do with myself with a woman who I'm also attracted to, and I also want to get to know, and she come up to me like, "Hey, Big Daddy, I want to see what you about. Let's go get some dinner or
But,
something."
but you said that though. It was just so. It was just. You see how you said it. It's so rare that you would get that.
Exactly. And, sometimes you just want that a little bit. But again, I wouldn't know what to do with myself because I would be like, oh, yeah, I'm the shit.
Now, I would tell you this. I would be honestly, because it's so weird that I would be like, I would be speechless. But then again, I still know how to conversate stuff like that.
Right.
But man, that would throw most people off, man. Some guys would go head first in. Yeah, hey, how you doing? It's like, some women would just be testing you just to see where you at with it. So
And I'm paranoid like that too, because I'll be like, oh, this must be one of them setups that they be talking about. Like she trying to set up.
Exactly, man. It's that mindset goes to, okay, can I trust the person? What is their agenda like? What is that? It really gives a man to like start to overthink, and some women like what most women overthink, but in that situation, when a woman approach a man, a lot of men would be like, "Damn, is this for real?" They start overthinking. They don't know how to process it properly. But as a man, you just got to go in there. As a man, like hey, how you doing? Yeah, we could get together, stuff like that. Because when a woman approach you, it's just very rare when a woman approach a man. Some men should just go ahead and just go with that flow. Be comfortable with it. Don't feel like this is set up or stuff like that, because a woman could be setting it up. But then again, if you carrying yourself in a way that she can see, like, ooh, he wasn't really intimidated about how it came on. He just came with his shit. She gonna the interest gonna grow over time, especially if y'all start getting to know each other. That day, go out to lunch, do whatever. She gonna go home and like, damn, I didn't really expect to really, bump into nobody and just really start feeling them like that. So I think if that became more of a thing, I think honestly, this is my opinion. I think it would be a lot of successful marriages. A lot of successful marriages.
I think relationships do last longer if the woman approaches the male, because there is
Yeah.
I might be using the wrong verbiage, but there is something that there's called the reacher and the setter,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
that's where I got that from. But I heard about it, and it's a real interesting theory that there's always someone in a relationship that reaches. And then there's always somebody in a relationship that settles, right? And that's normally in, male going after another female situation. And sometimes it makes me think, like, I wonder if this is what women be like thinking about, and we come up to them and be like, hey, little mama, can I take you out to dinner or whatever the case may be? And then they be
Women,
like, set up, he just trying to mess up my credit or something.
I think women really honestly feel like if I don't have the man I want, I'm selling. And that's not always the case.
But I think men do that too, though.
And so I hear that a lot. And I was in a situation like that a couple times ago with my daughter mom, where she felt like she was selling. And as a man, you like, hey, if you feel like you got to settle with me, like, we can end this right now, because that takes a lot. That takes away a lot from you as a man. You started to think different. Your actions start changing. So as a man, when first women have to just start being honest, like, I'm sorry, but I feel like I'm selling with you. Some women just eat it, because I knew a person that it was just like, we was cool, we was talking on some friendship stuff, and the fact that she was okay with just selling, I'm like, you can't be serious.
Right.
She was dating this guy, and he literally told her that, I want to be like this forever. I'm like, I don't ever want to change. And when the word change come up to a woman, you just have to accept it. Just like everybody knows, Tyler Perry. You have to accept people for what they are. If they show you that you can sell, you not, I'm not worth right now. I'm not shit. Some nigga would just tell a woman, I ain't shit right now. But when a man tell you that I'm not shit now and I plan on ever being shit, like, you really need to just run.
Yeah, and that goes for both genders. If a woman sitting there telling you, look, I ain't shit, I just want to, blase, do this or that, like, believe them.
But you know what they call it today, though. Mm-mm. You know what they call it today, right?
What?
I'm working on myself. I'm working on myself.
Work on yourself over there in traffic.
I'm more focused on my kids and myself. Like, stop it.
Stop. You can multitask.
just say you feel like you are settled. Just damn, come on. It's just
right.
I
feel like, we as both genders have just gotten away from just being honest with each other. Now it's just like, okay, now I got to play this role as, oh, I'm a thug,
Mm-hmm.
or oh, I'm a gentleman, or oh, I'm about going to work every day, or doing this and that. They're put on the
Mm-hmm.
facade, or I cook every day, or I'm gonna fuck you every day. Like, no, you're not. As soon as you get that ring on your
That's
done.
that's just talk. That's not actions.
Be
That's just talk.
realistic. Like it's cool during the honeymoon phase. Everybody gonna get what they want, and then it goes from
Right.
there. So yeah, I don't know, but everybody, I think I have had better relationships when I decided to just be honest. Like I wasn't like holding anything back where there was any false expectations um or misconceptions or whatever, or I
Mm-hmm.
was scared to lose. And that's where a lot of it comes from for I think men in general. I can only say for me is we're afraid to lose that person that we think that we're reaching for, right? And
Mm.
so we start saying what we think they want to hear. That's not really us. We're just playing that role because we really want her. And then once she, gets to know the real me, I can slide in the real me just a little bit every
Yeah.
day. So that way, it starts, you might forget about what I said at the beginning. And now it's all cool now because we're already 10 years in a relationship. So
Right.
I don't know, but I would just say personally, I've seen it, I've done it personally. That honesty is the best policy. I mean, if you just
That,
straight up jump
that is very, that is very true. That is very true. But I tell you this, sometimes, and I've experienced this not too long. When a man is being honest, he's
Mhm.
carrying himself. He's being honest. He being open. He being vulnerable. So a lot of guys not vulnerable. He's being basically available, being consistent with know how to communicate and all that. When it start going good,
Mhm.
this is when the women start, doubt just off
Right,
path. And I tell women this all the time. When you have a good man, sometimes that don't mean you just have to feel like you settling. You feel like this is just too good to be true. You just can't do that. You just can't do that because a lot of women lost a good man that they wish they
right.
had back. They head back. So I would
And,
just suggest,
no,
I
no,
would suggest women to just if you see a man doing this shit, just be okay with it. At some point, it's going to develop into something serious, or he going to show his true colors, or he going to do something out the ordinary. And women have to stop looking into relationships and expecting a man to go wrong. And I think that's they set themselves up when you going into a situation with somebody. You setting the relationship up because I always believe this. You cannot get to know somebody if you expect something wrong to happen at some point because you setting
yeah.
yourself up. You setting yourself up. And I
And
tell people this all the time.
it's for that old thing that if you go looking for something, you're gonna find it. So if you go
Exactly. You gonna find
into
it.
a situation expecting something to go wrong, you're gonna jinx yourself. It's gonna be karma, whatever
Hmm.
you believe in. That is going to go the way you want it to go. You're wishing it into
Yeah.
existence. So, oh, and,
Yeah.
and that's what I tell a lot of women that I either try to talk to or whatever, and they have that traumatic past or whatever. Is like I'm just scared that you're gonna hurt me. Well, shoot, with that thought frame, then I might hurt you.
Right.
I might lie about stealing the extra cookie out your cookie jar or something. That's going to hurt your feelings because now I'm just a liar for no reason. But no,
Right.
I just didn't want to tell you I got the extra cookie because I've been gaining weight. Don't judge me. Just
Yeah.
some lies go.
Of course, man. Of course.
You just got to. Sometimes you gotta give somebody a pass because they trying and they might got something extra or whatever. But it's a
I'll take it a step further. I think women, and I be feeling like this all the time. I just think women be trying to do so much to convince themselves. Because if you look at it, if a woman calling you, if she start calling you for 2, 3 days and start going missing for a day or two, her mindset would be like, okay, I gotta call him because he may be seem like, and I don't think that's cool for women to do, because
Mhm.
now you keeping yourself, you open yourself up for disappointment, like you pushing the effort to the point where you really don't want it. If you don't want a relationship with somebody, you don't want to talk to somebody, you don't want to get to nobody. I just feel like you should just stop it. Don't force yourself to want to talk to somebody, to be consistent, to be relevant. Oh,
Right.
I gotta show my face. And I honestly be feeling like this lady, like, is you calling me just to know that you still around?
Right. So just to make sure you're still in the queue for the next meetup. Like, no,
I'll
chill
be
out.
like, it just be I be, because women will disappear for like a good couple of days. I just had something to do. I'll take care of business. Yeah, that's cool. But then one day you calling, hey, how you doing? I'm like, nah, this ain't the same energy right here. You just trying to keep
It
yourself.
don't be the same energy. They be on like, you know, they be on like some sneaky stuff. Like
Just trying to, they just trying to keep tabs on you. Trying to keep tabs on
exactly.
you.
No, wait your turn. It was somebody I was talking to before you called. Wait your turn. Don't be trying to jump in front of the line. No,
Mm-hmm.
stay in your lane, right? But all right. So, uh, quick question. Um, at one point in the dating stage, and there's stages to dating, right? So you're talking,
Mm-hmm.
you know each other. There's no commitment, right? No,
Mm-hmm.
everybody, just enjoying the vibe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have um then you have, okay, now we're dating, we're going on dates,
Yeah.
or we're meeting up in person, that dating, right? And then you have exclusive dating, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
to, all right, now we're going to be in a relationship. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
we're with those terminologies on the board in the dating stages. When do you
Mm.
believe, as a man, looking for a uh what is it, monogamous relationship, sorry, monogamous
Uh-huh.
relationship, is it best to start clearing your roster?
Whew, that's a tough one right there. As a man, because I have to give my as a man opinion. Damn, they always say um it really depends on the potential. Like if I see a person that's had a potential to be someone I would want to date more than a year, or maybe forever or something like that, and those is the dating going out, that's when you start cleaning your roster, because now she's going to open herself more. She's going to be open herself to be more available to, okay, let's go on a trip, because it ain't nowhere in hell you finna go on a trip and you got about 2 3 other women you talk to. It's just not gonna happen. So when y'all start, because it's not, women not dumb.
Hold on,
Women is not
hold on, hold on, hold on,
dumb.
hold on. Maybe I misunderstood the information. So a man in the dating stages can't go on a trip without one
She
of
she have to she at that point, as a man that leading, you have to lead by example. You have to start clearing your roster. If now I'm talking about potential, not no couple of months, not no couple of years. If you can see, because this is what it is, dating. I always believe this: dating somebody that's cool, being with somebody, it's another level. It takes 3 to 6 months to know. Well, I would go a year, 6 to a year, to know if you're going to be with somebody for the rest of your life. In those 3 months of dating,
Okay.
if that relationship is being consistent on both level honesty, before that fifth, 6 month, you got to start cleaning your roster because now, as a man, how can you make time for multiple people?
I mean, if you ain't got nothing else going and you got time,
Nah, nah, nah,
if it's something,
nah.
each gender is going to find the time to do what they want to do, right? And so
Yeah,
if it's like um, you handle what you can, right? So like at work, right? They'll tell you, all right, I need you to fill out paperwork A, B, and C and give it to me by this day, this day, this day. For each paperwork, you have a certain
hmm
time of turning that stuff in. I feel like that will be the same thing with relationship. You prioritize who gets the most of your attention, what gets the most of your
hmm
attention, and then you dwindle the rest of your attention to whatever.
Man, that's like another full time job, man. Come on, man.
It can
You
be
set breaks, you set schedules. Who work on this day? Who?
schedule. You gotta make sure you know where they at, so that way they don't know where you at. You got
Nah, I'm telling you. This is why I say this. Some women are just now. I've met some weak women. I met some strong potential wives.
okay.
If the now the you talking about? Any man can do that to a weak woman. Have 3 and we going on vacation. I'm taking each of them to Vegas, to Miami, to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, and all that. That's cool. But a strong woman, nah, bro, it ain't going down like that because now she's available. Now she's gonna be making time for you. I mean, time open up her schedule for you.
But
And how can you open up
so
your schedule? You got
when do you start that in the dating stages? Do you wait until you guys are exclusively dating to
yes,
say, okay, I'm
yes.
prioritizing? Okay, okay,
That's
perfect.
that's about like a 3. That's like
But
about 4 or 5 months.
but this is my problem. Why isn't it known worldwide that when y'all are talking or y'all are dating, that is it because it's not socially acceptable for a
hmm
man or a woman sometimes in a relation, in the relationship spectrum, for you to be talking to someone else. I feel like as human beings or people, whatever the case may be, we have kind of like a
hmm
um, I'm talking to you and only you, and you supposed to be talking to me and only me. But in the background, you got
No,
you got
you see how you said that.
right
That's
in the
not
background. You got
that's not
stuff going on.
that's not a man that's leading. That's a man that's hey, at
But I'm
some
saying
point.
both sides. Both sides are doing this because I've met
I,
women that do
I will say this. I'm finna put it in. I'm finna put it the way that it's kind of acceptable from a woman's side because I feel like this as a woman, and the Bible said, "Men are hunters." We come to seek. We know we. It's like y'all like we like wolves. We hunters, and we just prey on women. That's just
right.
very true. That's why the Bible says when a man find a wife, he find a good thing, because he doing all that searching and hunting to find you. This is what was acceptable probably 10, 15 years ago. As a man, you dating somebody. You talk no, you want to talk to somebody. Okay, y'all talking or whatnot. And this is what I honestly believe until some point it started getting a little out of hand. A woman can date up to 3 guys. Up to 3 guys. And a
Successfully,
man yes.
right,
And a
right.
man and at some point, and I tell women this all the time, two of them guys is not going to be consistent like the other one. And it's your job to choose which one they're going to be. Now, if you mess around thinking somebody that ain't, it's your fault. But as a woman, you give your time to okay, who I'm gonna date, I'm gonna date this. You be honest with it, be open with it. Like I'm dating, and I'm just just trying to see what's out there. Bam. At some point within that 3 months, one of them guys gonna be gone. You narrowed it down. It's like a job. At some point, somebody gonna win you over. Then he gonna be everything you expect him to be. Gonna check in on you. How you doing, baby? How's it going? Like that. The way you was talking about it, that's the man that's trying to control. Because some of these men, they just know how to do that so good. Where they keeping tabs on you, where you at, who you with, and stuff like that. That's cool in a relationship when you're not in the dating stages. When you're in the dating stages, you cannot just keep tabs on women because that could become controlling. And women sense that. Well, some women sense that shit, but some women just, they head be elsewhere.
They like
So
oh, he love me.
I think it's fair for a man to like, you know what, I'm gonna keep my roster open until like that fourth or 5 months, especially if you see potential in her longer than 5-10 years. Cause it's a lot of good ass women gonna give you that time and you gonna fuck around, play with it, and they gonna be gone.
Yeah,
That's
that's
just
true.
that's just reality.
That
That's
is true.
reality. And that's why it's a lot of women single because they gave a nigga they time.
Or they got a girlfriend.
They gave a dude they time, or a girl they time, and they blew it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's just how it is at times.
So
Go ahead.
and we're gonna jump off the subject now. But if as a man, if you got rejected, right, and you've
Hmm.
been dating somebody for a couple weeks, um, and she just ends up, in whatever form she decides to tell you, hey, I no longer see this going anywhere. What is
Mm.
your response?
You say what?
What would be your next response to that?
See,
It
you made me think about this, and you made me instantly when you said that. I thought it back to December because that actually was so told to me over the phone though. Was
hey,
because I was at work. It was. I don't feel like going to well. I get it. Who at that time I was a little upset. I really was because it was you saw potential in a person and it's cool. You still maybe um want to see something with that. But honestly, this is how I feel, and this is how what I'm gonna tell you what a man should be able to do because that situation could just be like, okay, I need a break. That's more majority of the time that could be with the reason why. Like I need a break.
mental
And
break.
once you
Right?
have
I want to stop talking to people. Like
exactly. So
I get like that
how
all the
I
time.
took it was like it was like damn because I was really liking this person. I was really feeling this person. We was going out, spending time together a lot after work. And I get off at 10 o'clock at night, so we was spending time a lot. Spent a couple nights over at house and everything. So
Right.
it was like damn. But as a man, I feel like you're gonna be like surprised and shocked in a moment. If you didn't really feel interest in her, it won't really affect you as much. But
Right.
I was affected at that moment. That work shift, boy, that was a long ass work shift for me, man. Cause
See,
I had just started. She's like, yeah, Cody, this ain't work for me. I'm just a little bit stressed out. You just you be like this and like that, and I get it. But most of the time, when men going through that situation, just take it as don't be on no don't. And some guys do this, and I've seen it. Don't be on no disrespectful shit because that's
exactly.
like
Cause just last week you was talking about eating her booty. So why
no,
y'all
because you gotta look at it. You gotta look at it from a man. Because look at it. This is why. This is why because man, because any man go off with the respect, disrespect. It's not. It's basically it was nothing. It was nothing. to you or her at that point. For now on, it's like I know you. What they say, the saying, "You dead to me." Because when it come off as disrespectful, like damn nigga, like you expecting me not to want to have a break or something like that. So it can be rubbed off in a wrong way. But let me tell you something. When a woman know when a woman would know, like I'm just need a man. I just need a break right now. If you go into that like well it's cool. I appreciate what I'm saying like that. You know what I'm saying. If I'll text you sometime later down the road or something like that. So bam, if you go off it on some respectful or cool, I get it type shit. At some point in the next couple of weeks, that woman gonna like, you know what? Let me go get my man or let me call him and see how he doing. Cause
Now
when a
that's when they
woman
want to try to get back on the roster. No, no. I feel just
but look though, let me tell you why. Let me tell you a good thing. As a man, now you got all the power. You got all the power. Now you can accept it. You can accept it or just say, nah, fuck you.
I'm power hungry. I don't know what to do with it. It's the same thing with women coming up to me. I take it as you gave me all the power. Now I don't know what to do with it. Now I'm about to act a fool. I'm about to show
Yeah.
my ass.
But as a man, you have to go smooth. If you smooth with it, she would be trying to get on. She was trying to, what they say, I want to be in my man's skin. That would be her. If you go with it smooth, like, I'm just, what I'm saying, that situation we was, if you, I'm talking about smooth. Like
See,
now, I'm at a moment now where like I'm just I'm done already today right now. I was dating you after being single for like a couple years and shit like that. If a man been single for a couple years and he dating you and you said nah, fuck that boy, you is a fool.
no, check this out. I'm scared. I be watching First 48 and all them other snaps and all.
Yeah.
If you say you can't, you want to be in my skin, like I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid with stuff like that. Like you want to be my skin, you can't live without me. Like let me tell you a story. Right? So I was dealing
Oh,
with
I
this.
know where you going. I know where you going.
I was dealing with this woman, right? And
Mhm.
I kept seeing like a whole bunch of like toxic traits or just things that I didn't like finding my peace right now as a man, just doing my thing and enjoying my area, my space. I was like, that's just not for me. I don't want to argue. I don't want to like have to continue to have the same conversations that we've already talked about. And I tried to reassure you. Obviously, this relationship is just not for us, right? And so
Mhm.
she would do like some I want to say crazy things to me. It was crazy to me. Hold on one second. I got look at him trying to come out. No, y'all better not. Look, got one sneaking out. But what was I about to say? But no, she did every time I would try to end things with her, she would turn around and I would end up, and it's gonna get to our next topic, but I would end up blocking her. So like, and the reason why I would block someone is if I already talked to you or told you, hey, this ain't going nowhere, and you steady trying to hit me up, and then you know, it just goes wrong. So
Yeah.
this lady decided to not only she's gonna talk to me if she wants to talk to me, but she's also going to talk to me in person. Right?
Who?
Oh man, I was scared for my life when I
Only question I would ever think about is like, yo, man, what did you do to this woman to have her doing this?
see that's the thing. 'Cause I told this story to somebody else offline, right? Just random conversation. I told them, I was like, yeah, yeah, we did the do whatever, we went on some dates. We were both mutually into each other at the time, but
Mhm.
she kept finding things to argue with me about. So I was like, okay, obviously I'm not the person for you since this seems to be forced. and we keep having arguments, and we can't have a decent conversation without you cussing me out or saying some wild shit. So I was like, let's just end this relationship. I'm okay with us being, friends. We can talk, whatever. But I don't want to be in a relationship anymore. That's me communicating. Normally, I just be like, I'm done, and then just move on. But I was like, we can be friends. We can be chill. Maybe later down the line, you might calm down or whatever the case may be.
Nah,
She's
nah,
already
I
so I
know.
was sitting there trying to, soften the blow because I already knew she was gonna pop up on my ass. So let me tell you what
Mm-hmm.
happened. She ended up calling me from 3 different numbers this one day. She ended up
Stalker.
calling three different numbers, right? Then she sent me a text message from one of the numbers because I kept blocking each number. Every time she calls from a new number, I just block that one. So then she ends up texting me from another number and taking a picture of the outside of my house. She took a picture of the outside of my house. I'm asleep, right? So I'm asleep, I'm taking a nap. I wake up and I look at this picture and I was like, when were you at my house? The message before that was like, I'm on my way. So at some point, I guess I was sleeping so hard that I didn't realize this lady was banging at my door for about an hour or two, and I just didn't realize. Next thing I know, she texted me from another number because she thought I blocked that number, but I was asleep. She texted me from another number saying, I took your Ring camera. You can come pick it up and we can have a conversation in person. First of all, how do you get the Ring camera off? It requires a screwdriver. So you just carrying around a screwdriver on your person. So now I just don't want to talk at all. Now we can't be friends. You blocked on everything. We friendship just out the window because why you take my Ring camera? Now I can't see who comes up to my house. Nothing. Like I don't know what to do. So right now I'm still trying to debate whether I'm gonna go to the police or not because now I'm afraid for my life. Because her just popping up, taking my Ring camera. Who does that? Like and it's a special screwdriver too. So it's like you did this before. Right now, you have the tools on person to do this again to somebody else. So I don't know. We're gonna see how this story ends. But if you don't hear from me in another month or so, just know it's only been
Stop it, man. Stop it. The best way to handle that is just
move.
hell no. Because if you move, she won. So the best way to handle this is just do what you feel is necessary for you. If you feel like, bro, my safety is.
Anybody worry about her? I'm just mad she took my camera. I thought I was gonna go all the way to where she had to get my damn camera back. I was like, buy me another camera, first of all. But this is my problem. I don't want to buy another camera if she's gonna come back and do the same thing over again. So now I gotta feel like I can move, right? I mean, that's the only logical explanation. Just don't tell her where you live now. But
What?
Anyway, so we're gonna get to a little fun topic here. That was my little embarrassing, scary story for the night. I'll be here with there's been a lot of chit chat in the sphere. Excuse me. There's been a lot of chit chat in the woman's sphere. That women don't like men that have sex with their socks on. What do you think about that? Because look, let me tell you something. I do it. I'll do it. That's me. Be butt ass naked because this is why. This is why. Let me tell you. This is why.
Hey, it is, man. It is.
I don't like my feet cold. I can't concentrate on you if I feel my feet being cold, right? So
yeah.
And then you don't want the covers on you because then you gotta try to kick them off and stuff, and you gotta get the right position and everything. So I don't like it. So I was like, if the only thing I'm worried about being cold on me is my feet, I just put socks on, bro. Me and this girl, this is back in my teenage years, right? I'm sorry, mama. Yes, I was having sex when I was a teenager, but I used to date this girl, and doing the do whatever. We would have a whole 20-minute argument before a section because she wouldn't like me having my socks on. I was like, let me tell you something. I will walk out this door right now if I get to keep my socks on because I don't do it. Like it's only very rare that you'll see me without my socks on because one, my feet gets really cold. I don't like cold, right? And then two,
that's a good question. That's a good question, man. That's a good question. Because as a man, I really don't be noticing that about it. Hey, because you down there to do business, man. You don't mean
exactly.
only thing a man really probably care about is he finna be fully blown naked or just like I'm finna be from the knee up, I'm naked.
Exactly, right. So why are you worried about what's on my feet? Like you
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if a woman will give a damn if your socks was on. Like
Some don't. But I'm telling you, I have experienced a number of women, and I've talked to a number of women who says, no, you got to be completely naked when you get into bed with me.
I would tell you this from personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
Socks do make the it make that slippery, especially if on carpet.
Exactly.
It just don't feel good. Because if you standing up, if you okay, so let's get in a position. If you hit in front of back on edge of the bed and you got your socks on, it ain't gonna be no good feeling because you're gonna be slipping with the socks on. I get it, but
like, moonwalking. Like you want me to moonwalk and everything? Like, come on now.
If the sheets is like, I can't even describe it. They like if they like comfortable enough for you, if they not fit enough or they not the grip of your socks on or stuff like that, it will feel awkward. So as a man, because me personally, like I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't be worried about none of that. I know you be too in it, man.
I'm not getting to bed with a woman and saying, wait a minute, you still got your bonnet on. Wait a minute, you still got your wig on.
The only time a man, women don't give a damn. Ain't no woman finna do that. Ain't no woman finna do that, man. Ain't no woman finna stop sex for no wig.
I'm telling you, man. And they don't want no ankle socks, no sports socks, no compression socks. They don't want nothing on your body. I'm telling you, there are some women out there that's like that. And I'm just like, okay, is it just me? Because I men don't normally talk about their sexual escapades outside the bedroom with each other. It's not really a big conversation to have. But you feel like when I get in these situations, I'm like, am I the only dude that does this with his socks on? Because I'm not changing. First of all, I don't care if a law comes out. It says men cannot wear sex in the bed. I don't care. Guess what? I'm gonna be a felon. I'm gonna be a multi-time. I'm gonna be a big criminal doing that.
Right. Yeah, I don't care. At times I just you find a way to get the socks off because they just don't grip right with the carpet or the floor. It just don't grip, and you trying to most men be trying to kill the coochie. So you trying to I'm gonna make her remember this. So most men wouldn't do nothing. Most men won't really care about that. But as a man, you would know. Okay, bro, I gotta take these socks off, bro.
Look, we either gonna get some or we're not. But the socks staying on. These socks was here before you. Let's say that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
Before
yeah.
you,
Oh,
and it's
oh
still be here
absolutely.
after you. Let me tell you that much.
Absolutely.
But
Oh yeah.
I just couldn't believe I got in a whole 30-minute argument with this lady because she didn't want to do anything in her bed. I was like, well, it is what it is. Just you ain't gonna get none. So fun fact for the night. Do you know what LL Cool J stand for?
No, I never. I think I heard it before. The whole. Hold up. I don't know what it stands for.
I got
Um,
so what it stands for, and I thought this was so cool because I was like, I I learned this 2 months ago.
Lady loves Cool J, right? Lady
No,
love.
ladies love Cool James. His name is James, and his ladies love Cool James. I'm like, hey, that's the
Lady
most
love Cool James. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. I see what.
name
So,
ever.
so,
And,
oh,
like
Lady love Cool James.
James, I
Yeah,
know,
that
man.
sound. That sound. That I don't know. I don't know about the James. It sound like about. It sound like more of a '70s or '60s artist.
Maybe, but I mean, LL Cool J is, what, 70s, 80s?
No, he came out in the '80s, like the mid '80s.
So that's about right. That's right. That's about right because 70s still lingered a little bit into the 80s. It was still
Yeah,
they,
the disco time, the disco.
yeah, it still lingered. They couldn't get rid of it.
Yeah, that's a
And
clever
then
name though. I remember the ladies love Cool, but I didn't know. I thought it was Cool J. I didn't know his name was James. I already remember as LL Cool J. Like I don't really be searching people like that
oh no,
unless I really want to know about you.
I think I heard this on the radio. I think they were talking about this on the radio or something. But I was like, dang, that's actually a fun fact to know that um, the whole because I always say LL Cool J. Everybody always says LL Cool J. But
Hmm.
do we ever just take the time to what does LL Cool J mean? This it could mean look left cool Jack whatever like
It's crazy that you said you heard it from the radio, but so I never really thought about it in that way. When you put it that way, I never really like, what LL Cool J stuff, because I like, he cool, but I remember him saying that in the song "Lady Love Cool J," and I'm like, oh, that's where I get it from. I'm like, because I really didn't even know until I had to think back into hearing it. And I'm like, oh, okay, so it's Lady Love Cool J. I'm like, okay, cool. But James, I would have left that out.
exactly exactly um
But he tell his age.
so I mean and it's the same right exactly and it's the same thing for DMX don't those stand for something are those acronyms for
Um, is it
I'm gonna look it up right now
is it Dimension? Is it no? Is it Dominate? Is it R.I.P. to DMX? But I really is it something? It's probably something politic wise. Probably something politic because he was
Dark
a
Darkman X, Divine Master of the Unknown. That's what
okay.
Google said. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be understandable
But see, I
because he
never
was
knew that
always.
until right now. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
I
saying.
never, I never really DMX because he was always like this a good spiritual, poly. What is it? Is it what's the word? Politician, not politician.
Political.
Whatever political voice. So of course he gonna have something of those nature that make people think. So him and Tupac is exactly like that. So I can get it. I get it. And he was a hell of a poet, man. He was a hell of a poet, man. Some of his songs, it will always be classics, man, because of what he was saying, man. I really mess with his music like heavy, especially back in the early 2000s.
Yeah. I think there's only I know a couple of the greatest hits. I'm not a music uh connoisseur. You know, I don't.
I am.
I can't listen to a song and be like, oh yeah, that's who it is, or whatever. But you know, I can still, you know, I can still get with the big dogs. I can get with the big dogs.
Yeah,
Um,
I would say him and Lil Jon is probably two like hip hop, not rappers. Far as hip hop, that they music will really like motivate you in a way to do something about it, if community wise, or to do something about the health. Because their music is just so energetic. It really just make you think of longevity. Oh, I want to be here for longer than this, and I want to, you know, get my shape back up or build myself up with self esteem, because they say you are what you your body is the temple. So they music will, man, they will motivate you. Lil Jon in general, his
yeah.
music will have you going. I seen a couple
Oh,
people that do fitness stuff. They be having number Lil Jon
it
and
also
DMX.
get you fucked up if you're in the wrong place singing that stuff. Like, like
I'm
you gotta
telling
make
you,
sure you're in the right place
I'm
before you
telling you.
start blasting some Lil
I'm,
Jon.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, because but they music is just so influenced for as far as the motivational, people that don't have a voice, the unvoiced and stuff like that. So, big kudos for DMX and Lil Jon for their music, man, because you don't
Man,
get music like that. You don't get music like that nowadays. I'm sorry to say, you just don't get it nowadays. Hell no,
not
man. People
not
talk.
as
People.
totally as it was then versus now, because I feel like a lot of what the 80s and the 90s went through has been washed down since
Mm-hmm.
2005, right? Or
Oh
2010.
yeah,
And I feel like
definitely.
it all started off with Soldier Boy. It all started off with Crank Soldier Boy. That's where everything started getting washed down. Like
You know
now it's
what's crazy? I have to agree with you on that one, because when that came out, all songs became dance songs.
exactly, exactly. I can't dance, so I gave up on music. I don't care about it no more. Like no,
Now that the Soldier Boy was, but if I had to tell you this, you would be surprised. But you know one song I just cannot stand. I just don't. The Cupid Shuffle. I hate that song.
Cupid Shuffle, man.
I
I'm on
can't
the
stand
dance
that song.
every time. Every time. I don't care where I'm at. I,
I
yeah,
cannot stand that song.
like
Was
they
just so.
overplay it.
It was so lame. I like. It
They
was just.
overplay it, but you only have like so many like old school everybody dance to songs. Like right now we got Crank That, we got Dougie, we got Hit 'em with the Flex, we got a lot of you got a lot of these dance moves that came out after Soldier Boy.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, what did we have? We had the Cabbage Patch, we had the
Mm-hmm.
Worm, the Crybaby, you had
Mm-hmm.
uh
The
uh
the moon, the walk, is it the walking man, a moonwalk, something like that? The
you had the
running man, the running man.
walk, you had the crip walk, I mean, you just had like more authentic dances for that generation versus now generation. So it got washed down because because those dance moves, you was ready for a fight, like the Cabbage Patch. You got your hands balled
Yeah,
up, right? You ready for a fight. See, these dance
yeah.
moves, you're not ready for a fight doing this. Like, who you going you're not you
Oh,
doing that. So I think it's just been washed down over the years, just with a lot of things, right? So, anyways, before we get canceled, um,
hey, tell the truth.
before we get canceled for telling the truth, all right, so I'm gonna make this the last one. So in a in a dating relationship, I mean in a dating stages, you have a little gray area that's called friends with benefits. Now this gray area you can get stuck in and you can get moved to either just friends or move to just no longer talking. There's no relationship after that. There's no whatever. There's no happy ending after friends with benefits. I don't believe. Like it's very rare. It's very rare that you have a long lasting relationship. Now I have seen it because one of my favorite podcasters, I forgot her name. She gonna be mad at me, but soon as I pull it up here, because her relationship started off as a friend with benefits, and she's uh a great person listen to. It's called her podcast is called Lovers with Friends with Shan Boudreaux. Like her relationship with her husband now, with I believe she has 2 kids now.
Mhm.
Started off with friends with benefits, so it is possible, but it's very rare for a relationship to come out of just being friends with benefits, with just hey, I call you when I want something, you call me when you want
Mhm.
something, and we keep the pushing. Of course, I'm gonna probably be talking to somebody else, but you are my go-to penis or vagina, right? So, so with that being said, have let's start off with the first question. Have you ever been in a friends with benefits relationship? Like
No,
it has been justified by both of y'all. It has been communicated that hey, we are just friends with benefits, or hey, we are just fucking.
nope, I haven't. Nope, but I've known some people that have been, and some ended out good, and some ended out, man, bad as hell. I would never consider
Always
it.
end up bad because first of all, you're not about to just break up with me and take away the pussy from me. Look, you gonna hear from me. You gonna
Hey,
hear.
but let me tell you something. I would tell you this. Now, I think this is facts. I think if a woman and a man having a friends with benefit situation, if it end respectfully,
Right.
I think majority of the time, I think the women will I think some women will come back.
Oh, definitely. They definitely come back. They definitely come back. Especially for the long lasting friends with benefit, because obviously there was a reason why they were there, right?
Yes.
So they're that long, right? But I'm saying with me, and before I get to me, right? Um, what do you believe is the number one rule to a friends with benefit relationship?
Um. Um. The number one thing is this between us. It's our business.
Exactly. And that's what always gets me fucked up because I can never keep it between us. I gotta tell you.
That's one thing you don't want to do. That's one thing you don't want to do as a man. You don't want to. You don't want to holler at your boys
Yeah.
about.
Mhm.
It's just certain things, especially if you even single, you just don't tell certain people about that situation because let me tell you
Exactly.
something. That situation could come up in a potential relation that you in, or it gonna come up. That's why
Yeah.
it's always best. It's called a friends with benefits. It's more of this is we on a this is
Low, low,
local
hush, hush.
private.
Right.
No questions, no ask. You don't ask me no questions. You know what we in. All you
Yeah.
got to text me the time and location. What's up?
Exactly. No,
You already know what it is. So,
but okay. All right. So I think where I fuck up is when it turns from a friends with benefits to a situationship. Do you know what how can do you know how um a friends with benefits can turn into a situationship?
if the other party probably get a little jealous because and it's mostly on the women's side. Well, I wouldn't even. It's vice versa, but mostly, in my opinion, women will get jealous if, especially if you've been throwing it down. Y'all doing it for like a couple months. It's on the down low. Y'all on the low. Y'all private and everything. And if a man cut it off and he get into a relationship or a dating stage, and a woman at a point where like I want that old thing back. She gonna stir up some trouble. It's just how it is. It's just how it is, man. It's the reason why people have locks on their phones.
Big reason, big reason. But check this out. So the topic of this segment, right, is, have you ever had it so good? You know, the friends with benefits relationship. Have you ever had one so good? Or you just said you didn't have one, but you know, have you ever had a relationship that you were trying to work on it to become a relationship, and you're not supposed to be putting all your business out there like that, but you just feel like you got to tell somebody. Like somebody needs to know how happy I am. Like,
Man. Yeah.
I don't know if that's just a
I did it before, and I tried to. I'm like, nah, that's not. Because it was one of those. Nah, I'm not gonna tell nobody this.
right. And you think about it for a second
But
because
it was another one. The one I was telling you about, where man, it was so good to the point where, like, it was like, damn, I could try to get that back.
right. Somebody
Trying to get it back, because it's just certain stuff as a man that certain women do, that it ain't nothing until you no longer experience it with them. And you be like, damn, I remember when Shorty used to get down like the lady. Let me hit her up and see what she on.
Right.
That's how
Somebody else.
that's how that's how majority of them conversations be coming up, man. Like, I remember Shorty had like, let me see what she up to. Let me see if I get the old thing back.
Yeah, it's always, everybody always want to spin the block. So how do you feel about spinning the block? Have you ever felt have you felt the need to spin the block or been spun the block on? There you go. Got them verbiages.
You said spin the block on, far as like a woman coming back to get you,
or vice versa.
sexually. Oh, I've thought about it, but I'm like, no. I think as a man, you don't want to put yourself in a situation because it feel like, some women will take it as he being thirsty, or he just, nobody want him, he want me and shit. I honestly, you don't want to give that woman that power, because she will have your ass going through hoops and loops, nigga.
Oh yeah, because I know I'm gonna act the damn fool. Oh, you want me back? Oh, now you want me back? I couldn't communicate.
Yeah.
You want dick, right? Now that's what you want, right?
Now vice versa, man. Can you imagine a woman giving it to you so good and y'all stop talking and she come back? Man, bro, you would be like, man, I'm finna set it up real.
I am obligated by man law to act the fool.
That dude would be thinking about that all day.
That'd be the highlight of his day. He done got fired.
I don't get no fuck about nothing else but what I got lined up later on.
All his shows got watched on accident by somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
All that, he don't care. He gonna be thinking about that girl or woman coming back and wanting to give him some of that extra.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so be it. Yeah. So be it. But guess what? I'm acting fool. You gonna hear from me. You gonna you spin the block on me. You gonna hear?
Hey, man. Any man would be like, man would stop in his tracks. What he doing to hear that news?
Man, like
you say what? It sounds so good. I want you to say it again. You say what?
You want this? Like, didn't you say I couldn't communicate? Didn't you say I was inconsistent? His dick was consistent though, apparently. But hey, each their own. To each their own. But it's definitely been a pleasure, man.
Absolutely, man. Vice versa.
I'm sorry, man. We didn't even get to talk about what you're doing right now. What are you putting out there in the world that's making it better? Besides good food.
I have this. I told you about the podcast. I'm getting a podcast ready for the sometime late October, November. It might be a sports podcast or in a relationship podcast, or it might be separate. Getting a panel together for that stuff. But the topic, man, the big thing is I'm filming a film called Bria. It's a mother and daughter love story, not love story, mother and daughter story. It's got amazing twists and turns. Hey, and I'm gonna tell them right now, man, it ain't nothing like what Tubi doing. It ain't no twists and turns like Tubi. It's
Man,
twisting. It's twisting. It's twists and turns where you will least expect it. I love Tubi. I watch some of their movies. Their movies is very good. I even sometimes get some of my visions off them or what I want to do far as the movie stuff. But the twists and turns I have, you're not going to see it coming. You just not going to see it coming.
okay. And where can
So,
people
huh?
when is it releasing? Where can the people find it?
People is definitely going to be on Tubi at some point 2024. I will be doing a premiere sometime, probably a first couple weeks in January in Chicago. Might do it elsewhere. I have a celebration for the production, my Marcel Productions, sometime in December. Everybody will know about that at a later date. Soon we get wrap with this film, and it's just gonna be an amazing story. It's gonna be an amazing story, and I'm telling them right now, you have to see this movie to understand the sequel. I'm gonna say that I'm done. You have to see this movie to understand the sequel. So it's gonna be an amazing trilogy. This first of four. The sequel we'll be doing next summer. Part of that in Baltimore and Chicago. So I want to bring. I kind of want to invade Georgia, Texas, and part of it. But at some point, we're gonna just mix it with different kind of well known cities and stuff like that. But I have so much. Far as 2024 going on, I wrote this romantic comedy called Singles. Um, uh, Early 40s woman, trying to figure it out, haven't really had success in a relationship, got a marriage friend to basically encourage her, keep pushing her. Mom and father going on a 30th anniversary, and it's just amazing. It's an amazing story. One thing I will tell you, every movie you see from Marcel Productions is going to be relatable and realistic. Hey, ain't no happy endings in my movies.
I was gonna cry and be like, goes.
You definitely gonna cry if you. It's so relatable, and I get it. I get feedback a lot from it from people that I've worked with on sets and stuff like that. They like, man, I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait. It's like I'm going to make a movie where you can relate to and it's realistic. You're gonna have them emotional moments. You're gonna have characters that you hate, you love. I will you some you're gonna love to hate, gain to love, or gain to hate. Is just gonna be that. It is gonna, but most of all, it's gonna be very enjoyable, very intriguing. You ain't falling asleep on these movies because you can't miss. You won't be able to. You
I
won't be
hope
able
not.
to miss nothing.
I don't know why, but my mama fall asleep on every movie. How she gonna tell me that she wants to watch a movie with us and then 10, 15 minutes into the movie, she gone out of
Hey,
there?
that's how I be. That's how I be. Like, movies. That's why it's it's amazing how TVs have a sleep timer now. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't have that back in my days growing up. We didn't. TV stayed on all night.
I be forgetting about it now. See, now I remember, like, kids now. So I be having to set that timer on. Like, hey, when
Yeah,
that TV goes off, I know what, like, y'all better be asleep because guess what? He ain't
yeah.
coming back home. There's a timer on it.
And you get up and cut it off and go run back in bed.
Right. Exactly. Like, I know it's
Yeah,
been 30
but
minutes. Did I set it right? Like, now my kids are sneaky. She'll do that for real. But
yeah, man.
now go ahead.
No, man. It's just I appreciate you having me on, man. Do it. We can do this anytime anytime you want, man. I'm free on Mondays and Tuesdays. For now, when the business pick up and everything, when I shoot on the weekends, it's just amazing, man. I appreciate the love, man.
Definitely. And I appreciate you coming on and blocking out this free time. I know we started late, but trying to figure out all
Hmm.
this technology that I'm using and stuff like that. But I really appreciate you coming on and just your perspective. And I would definitely like to have you on a couple more times. And
Absolutely.
next time I'm thinking like a group. I got a couple people that I
Hmm.
enjoy the last interviews I've had with. So I was like, let's bring everybody on. And then this time we can have women perspective and we can actually get
Hmm.
into arguments. Maybe somebody's
Right.
going to get shot. Just make sure you have your life insurance policy up. Make
Yeah.
sure you go to marketplace.gov, get you some insurance because I'm just saying,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about some stuff. We're going to give people business. And it's gonna be a fun time, but I really appreciate you, supporting me, and that I'm able to support you in your endeavors. And man, hopefully,
Absolutely.
do this again. So, but thank you, and I hope you have a good night, man.
Man, I appreciate you, man. You have a good night as well. All blessings, man.
You too, man. Peace.
All right. Peace.